Well, hello everybody. Welcome. Welcome. I'm real excited to be here. I have a shipment. I think that's for Dad.
That's been there since this morning.
Yeah. Thank you. That's for Dad. That's his curl cream. Well, hello. Sorry, I got distracted. Bye, sis. So, hello, members, and hello everybody that watches this tomorrow. In case you are brand new to my channel, my name is erinbies. I'm a wife, a mom, a military veteran, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out, and now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by the reps. Now, if you are a member, you're probably wondering why I am going live the way that I am. Well, the Clown Town has a live stream tomorrow. I was planning on doing a live stream tomorrow at my regular time. And there's this like 30 minutes after. And one, I wanted to watch it. And two, I didn't want to take away from that. So I decided that I was going to go live today for members. We'll react, and then everybody else can watch it on their time tomorrow. So I hope that makes sense to everybody. It is an Optavia video. I do need to run a disclaimer, so hang on one second. Okay, and we're back. I'm really excited about this video. Actually, I've been hanging on to it for a while, and it's called The Science of Optavia. And it's specifically the 5-in-1. So I have not watched this. I am surprise reacting to this video. So as always, drop your commentary below. Please mind the rules of the live stream. And for those of you that are watching this replay, shout out to the replay crew. Make sure that you like the stream and subscribe. I would appreciate it. So let's talk about Optavia. Let me get to the correct layout that I want. Let's try this. Hold on. How's that? Okay. Yeah. Science. Yeah, exactly. All right. No idea who these people are. Doesn't matter. I am talking about the science of the science. I am talking about the tactics. I would suspect there's probably going to be some fear mongering in all of this. And yeah, so look at this. K. Marie, member for 2 months. I appreciate you so much. Wondering how much science there will be. Pulls out my textbooks to take notes. Let's go. I love that. Got to go make my favorite dessert, apples, peanut butter, and chocolate chips while watching an Optavia video. I love that. I just had a turkey and cheese sandwich. The nuts and cottage cheese doubles that have the fruit and the cottage cheese, and then I had an applesauce. That was my snack. I am taking in content warning. We're talking about food, calories, those types of things. I think that the content warning needs to happen because we're also talking about Optavia, which in my opinion, people develop terrible, I had to think about that, terrible relationships with food. I think that there's definitely disordered eating patterns, and I definitely think that this can lead to disordered eating. So that is my content warning for this entire thing. I have figured out with the help of my trainer, Susan, as you guys all know, I have figured out my maintenance calories are about 2,100 calories right now. And I don't know, I had this moment this morning where I was thinking about, and I put this in my Instagram stories, and where I was thinking about the calories I'm taking in, the deficit that I'm getting ready to start next week, which is only a 300 calorie a day deficit, and just kind of processing that this morning as I was eating breakfast. And so I was like, okay, well, how many calories am I typically taking in at 2,100? Well, 525 calories because I eat 4 times a day. And then I was like, okay, so if I'm doing a 300 calorie a day deficit starting next week, how many calories is that? What am I looking at? And it's like 450 calories. a meal. So I'm going from 525 to 450. It's a 75 calorie deficit per meal. And I was like, no wonder my trainer was like, Erin, you're not even going to notice it, like at all. Probably not going to notice it. So I don't know. I like to share that kind of stuff with you because coming out of disordered eating and all of that stuff, I think it's important for us to have those types of healthy conversations, but I also want to make sure that I'm giving proper content warnings for it. Shannon, thank you so much. I appreciate this. So grateful to you for keeping these people accountable and calling out their toxic behavior. Thanks. I appreciate that so much. Hold on, I have something for you.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you for your patronage. I appreciate you. That's awesome. I love crab rangoons. Ooh, that sounds good. Sushi and crab ragoons. Is it rangoons or I don't know. Either way, I'm a fan. Okay, this this video, let me back that on up, is about 25 minutes long. And like I said at the beginning of this, I have not watched this. We are surprise reaction. Why can I not speak? We are surprise reacting to this together. Yeah. Okay. If I need to turn her down, let me know. I have her up as far as I can go. And yeah, we're having tacos tonight too, because Taco Tuesday. So anyways, let's do this. They are, Shannon. Oh my God, is it a PowerPoint?
All right, give me a second. Someday I'm going to be super sharp with all of this, but for now, this is...
I'm not trying to be a jerk, but she sounds tired, and I'm wondering if she's tired because she's not taking in enough calories.
Pretty good. All right, so this is our agenda today, you guys. This is what we're going to be learning about.
I can't even read that. Is this okay? Let me know. She sounds like a Kardashian. This slide is terrible. Anyways, I'll leave that to the experts. I'm having a hard time reading the words on the back or in front of that purple background, but yeah, where's DC when we need her? She's doing a members only live right now, which is awesome. Okay, so the agenda. 1, why our body functions the way it does. Well, that is very broad. Which body functions are we talking about? How our body gets and stores energy. What are the major nutrients our body needs? Why does the program work? What is fat burn? What role does our brain play? And questions. This is from September. I don't know. Maybe this was found on YouTube. I don't remember who sent this to me. However, if you sent it to me, I appreciate y'all so much. Don't use white on white, says the expert right here. Let's not do that. Okay. Agreed. A darker background would be better. It's very hard to read. That's why I had to make it bigger. All right, let's do this.
First thing we're going to start talking about is why our bodies function the way it does. It's all based on our 10,000-year-old body. So I'm going to get into the biology behind that, how our body gets.
Did she introduce herself? Does anybody know who she is and what her credentials are to be speaking on this? I'm just curious if she has the credentials for this.
And stores energy. What are the major nutrients our body needs? Why does this program work? What is fat burn? And what role does our brain play? Brain isn't technically science, I guess, but I think it's a really big part of this program.
I'm sorry, did she say the brain is not necessarily science? Everything about the brain is science. What? I'm going to rage on this. I can already tell. I think this was on, I don't know. This could have been on YouTube. I'm not sure if this was internal or external. I'm not really sure, but.
So we're going to dive into that a bit too. And then I'm going to end. Anybody that wants to get off at that point, you're welcome to. And I'm happy to stay on for a few minutes to answer anybody's questions.
I'm worried.
Before we head off for the night.
Exactly, Sarah. Thank you.
So fat storing mode, most people who come to us, and maybe when you started, your body was probably in fat storing mode, and it's for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's not your fault. Our bodies are made the way that they are because they have not changed in the way they function for 10,000 years.
Why our body functions the way it does, the 10,000-year-old body, where fat storing mode comes from. What are your sources for this? 10,000 years ago, we foraged for food most of the day. When you found food, you ate it. Ancient humans used their energy to stay alive. Our bodies fight to hold on to every calorie of energy we take in, as if our survival is still in question. To this day, our bodies function the exact same, but our lifestyles are completely different. Okay.
And if you think about how much our lifestyle has changed from 10,000 years ago, it's pretty amazing. We used to use all of our energy to hunt for food or gather berries. And now we go to the grocery store, maybe we order from Instacart. You know, the amount of energy that we're exerting in a day is vastly different. So our bodies, because we didn't used to know if we would have access to food for, call it 3 days, for, you know, could be a very long time. So because we're made for survival, our bodies fight to hold on to every single calorie of energy that we take in. That's how we survive. So to this day, that's exactly how our bodies function. And this is a quote from Dr. Anderson. So if you don't know who he is, I'll show you a picture. You may have seen this book once upon a time. So that's Dr. Anderson, and he is the founder of Optavia.
I have that book, and my shoes are currently resting on it. That's how I feel about that book.
To reach and maintain your ideal weight, you need to get on top of the inherent battle between your 10,000-year-old biological predisposition and your current life.
This slide's terrible. I wonder when I look back at my own, I don't know, did I do slide presentations like this? I don't think I did, but I'm sure my old team trainings and such were probably atrocious. I'm just going to be real honest, of course, you know. Oh, your shoes deserve better. I agree, Stephanie. Oh man, the storage factor in a new world. It's not about willpower. It's about fighting instincts that no longer are useful by creating new healthy habits. Our bodies have over 40 billion fat cells designed to store fat and calories for times we can't find food. Today, we don't exert many calories. Speak for yourself. Thank you. Not you guys, her. Just to be clear. But we consume as much or more as we did before in forms that are often less useful to our bodies, in quotation marks, fast food. Also speak for yourself. Okay, thank you. The average person eats 8 times the standard serving size. Where's the source on this? According to who? Americans consume 125 pounds of sugar per year compared to 5 pounds per year a century ago. Oh, I don't know. Would you guys consider this fear mongering? I don't know what I would consider this, to be quite honest with you. And you get a widow word. And you get a widow word. I didn't know what a widow word was until DC taught me what that was. I'm just going to be real honest.
So because our bodies are in fat storing mode or want to be in fat storing mode,
I feel like this slide is a representation of their bodies screaming for calories. I feel like their bodies are like, please just feed us. Please just give us the calories that we need to just run our bodies. And this slide and the colors and just all of it, I feel like represents that for some reason.
it's really not at all about willpower. You may have said, gosh, I don't know if my willpower is strong enough to do this. It's actually not about that at all. It's about fighting your body's instincts that, no longer really serve us in this life. So,
Except it's not. It's really about genetics. It's about if you have any kind of health challenges, diabetes, different things like that, that you work with medical professionals on, thyroid issues, stuff like that, amongst many other things, autoimmune, all kinds of stuff. It's not about fighting the instincts. It's science. Calories in, calories out, but you also have to take into account genetics, and you also have to take into account, in my opinion, any kind of health disorders that could get in the way, kind of thing, I know every time DC says, "Who did this?" I just laugh because I'm like, oh, it's so funny when she says it to me.
so it's really more about creating new healthy habits. Our bodies have over 40 billion fat cells, and those are all designed to store fat and calories for those times. That's a lot, right? That's a lot of fat storing ability that our bodies have.
Mm-hmm.
And, not exerting the calories that we used to, coupled with the fact that now our serving sizes are about 8 times the standard serving size. So when you started the program, that may be one of the things that you noticed was like, wow, this is really teaching me portion control.
Oh my God, I thought she was going to say, when you first started the program, I'm sure you noticed how small a serving of fueling is. Yeah, we all noticed that. They're like 100 calories. It's absolutely bananas. This is making me hungry. Time for a snack. Yes. Grab your favorite snack.
And that's because things were just way too much. And so really dialing it back and learning what is a proper serving size. Also insane is the amount of sugar that through processed foods and fast food and all the things, sodas, Starbucks, you name it, we are consuming 135 pounds of sugar per year. And just a century ago, we were consuming only 5 pounds of sugar per year. So, wow, our life has changed so much.
Imagine putting up a slide like this and thinking, okay, this is going to push people to join the Optavia 5-in-1 program. It's going to help people understand that, 800 to 1,000 calories, totally healthy. Absolutely, it's not. Oh.
So you.
Oh, now we're going into the definition of calories and the 3 components that add to your calorie count every day: proteins, carbs, and fats. You need all of them, by the way. And the metabolism. How ironic is it they're defining metabolism when they are telling people on the 5-in-1 that you're taking in, maybe they don't say this up front, because I think if they said up front, hey, you're going to be taking in 800 to 1,000 calories a day, I bet there would be a lot of people very alarmed. Very alarmed. So it's ironic to me that they're talking about metabolism, defining metabolism and calories and the 3 components of that add to the caloric intake for your day or whatever. But in my opinion, this is going to cause damage to people's metabolism. That's just my opinion. I am not a registered dietitian or anything like that. That's just my opinion, and we'll keep it moving.
You may have heard this or even said, my metabolism is slowing down. My metabolism is all messed up. So I want to share with you exactly what that means.
Oh my God.
There are thousands of chemical reactions that are taking place inside your body, and those are all working to turn the food that you're eating into energy. So that process all together, it is metabolism. And when we are metabolizing food, we're taking the calories that we eat. So we've heard this term calorie, but I want to make sure we all know exactly what that means. It's a unit that measures how much energy a particular food provides to the body. And we are going to talk about calories and how not all calories are created equal, but they do come from three.
Well, yeah, not all calories are equal. They all have different caloric values. And if you're eating a bunch of protein, you're not going to be as full, or you're not going to be as hungry as if you just eat a bunch of carbs. And fats are also very satiating. So, oh my God.
Three forms. And we're going to talk more in depth about these three forms because they're very important to our bodies and why the program works so well. So first of all, our proteins. Our bodies, when we're processing food, we break proteins down into what are called amino acids. And those amino acids control the entire process of getting energy. You may have had your coach tell you, you need more protein. Go ahead and eat more protein. You may have been told when you go out to eat and you're just eyeballing how much food you're eating, I'd prefer you to go over in protein, but under in vegetables. And the reason is proteins control this entire process. So there's
The crazy part about this is that if you are trying to hit a certain caloric intake, and let's say that you're doing some sort of a deficit, like I'm getting ready to do, vegetables typically are very low calorie, but they are very filling. And so they're just as important in a different way, in my opinion, than proteins. Proteins help build muscle if that's your goal. I am going to rage. And when my trainer sees this video, if she sees it, she's probably going to rage text me.
so incredibly important for your body. Your body breaks down carbohydrates into simple sugars. So this is the second form that calories come in. And those simple sugars are used for short-term energy use. They're very important for the body. We're going to talk a little bit more about carbohydrates because it is kind of a hot button topic with keto diet and so on. The third one breaks down fats. So fats are also important. They're important in a certain balance, which I'm going to talk about for long-term energy storage. And all of these things, if you eat them in the proper amount, you're going to utilize them. And if you don't, then they're going to either get released or they're going to get stored. So we're really trying to keep things from getting stored in, they get stored in your muscle. They also get stored in body fat, also your liver as well. I put this picture right here because, it reminds me when we're getting energy or we're eating food, if we eat the right amount of food, it's kind of like going to the gas station, filling up your car, and, it has that automatic shut off.
Oh my God, the weird freaking examples. Also, I'm not taking advice on how much I should or should not eat from somebody in Optavia. Not going to happen.
Right? So you can't overdo it. And so this program really is that automatic shut off for us. So we're not going to overdo it, but
I mean, you can't overdo it when you're eating a fueling that's like 3 inches long, 100 calories. Are you even going to get to the place until your stomach shrinks down? Sure. But this is so crazy to me.
You know what it's like when you have those days when you do overdo it. It's like the gas is just like spewing out because there's nowhere for it to go. So that's the stuff that turns into fat.
So here's the thing with that. There are going to be some days where you eat more calories. Your body is prompting you to eat more calories for whatever reason. And then there's going to be other days where your body is prompting you to not take in as many calories. And it all balances at the end of the week. Oh God, I hate this. They do all sound so tired when they're giving their presentations, probably because they are. You can't tell me, eating 800 to 1,000 calories, not even putting in the amount of calories for your body to run its operating systems, if you will, that you can get excited on a Zoom. There's no way. I can't imagine how terrible I would feel.
So the main Three nutrients that your body needs, which I just talked about, those are called macronutrients. Also,
first of all, a 40-40-20 split is not going to be ideal for everybody. It depends on their health goals. I don't think that you can blanket statement these percentages for people. I think that this is this could potentially be bad advice for people because everybody is so different and we all have different goals. So I don't think a 40-40-20 is going to be a good fit for everybody.
You'll hear them referred to as macros. So our program is a macros-based diet, which is pretty cool because it's what, major athletes use to really lean up and build up muscle and be super, super healthy. I didn't mean to say helpful, but it, is very helpful that it's all done for us. So we don't have to track anything. We don't have to, do all this, math and looking stuff up and all of this. It's literally done for us.
Listen, coming from a place where I used to be very confused on how all of this works, and I would think that I had to do extreme exercise and or extreme dieting, being very restrictive, it's really not that difficult. There are so many free apps out there to help people track and to learn, what is in each thing that they're eating. And you start to learn over time, not only how your body feels when you're taking in certain foods, but also, the impact over the week or whatnot. So this infuriates me. I don't like this. Not one bit.
So protein, we eat 40% of our diet and protein. And that's because, as I said, it's used in most cellular processes, also used for building and repairing your muscle tissue. We eat about 80 to 100 grams of protein, if you were wondering. Carbohydrates, we eat the same proportion of protein as we do carbohydrates. So I want you guys to all know this program is not a keto diet. It's not similar to a keto diet. We actually do eat carbs. We eat specifically low glycemic carbs that aren't notorious for spiking your blood sugar super, super high, like white bread and pasta and, sugar and those kinds of things. But
guess what I had for lunch? A nice, delicious bowl of pasta. And it was so good.
We are eating 80 to 100 grams of carbs. Most of that is coming from the fuelings that you're eating. And that's how we really control the type of carbs that you're getting, as well as the amount. We don't want you going over. The keto diet is 25 to 30 grams of carbs, exactly. And then they eat much higher in the healthy fats than we do. It's really actually not great for your heart and your arteries to be eating super, super high fat. But you also need carbohydrates, like for proper brain function and other processes in your body. So a lot of times if you have cravings, that's an indicator that you're not giving your body enough of the right stuff. And of course, the cravings feel like I need pizza or I need French fries, but that's not really what it needs. Can
you imagine the cravings these people have when they're taking in 800 to 1,000 calories? I cannot even imagine. I mean, for me, this is just my experience. Today, I waited a little too long to eat lunch, and it took the food forever to hit me. I can't imagine prolonging that. I mean, I guess I can because I used to. Let me back up. Because when I was doing 60-hour fasts with Prove It, I know what that hunger feels like. It's awful. It's awful. So I retract what I just said. It's awful. I can't imagine what their cravings feel like because I have done prolonged fasting. Ugh, never again.
Needs probably one of these three macronutrients.
Yes.
The third thing are healthy fats. We eat about 20% healthy fats. And so that's 10 to 34 grams. These are so important for, first of all, long-term.
She sounds like Kourtney Kardashian. That's who she sounds like.
Term energy storage, Also storage of vitamins, which by the way, in our fuelings, we
It was
have
awful.
24 vitamins and minerals, and the healthy fats that we eat helps us store those, production of hormones and also protection of our organs. Not all fats are created equal. Some are really healthy for you and some are not very healthy for you. So those saturated fats, ones that come from animal fat and very high processed fats, those are what you want to eat those in limited amounts, not a ton of those, versus the unsaturated fats that are actually really great for your body, like avocado and nuts and fish. So these are the 3 main nutrients that your body needs and that we focus on how, what we're eating.
This slide right here is so chaotic. I just can't. I can't decide if it's like trying to have like a Mardi Gras theme, which I'm here for because I do love Louisiana, just FYI. Love Louisiana. But like this just it just feels chaotic to me. There's so much going on. Oh God. Okay. The reason our program works, low calorie, very low calorie, which is going to cause your body to starve. So it's got to create some sort of energy. So it's going to break down all the glycogen into glucose. It's going to use all that. And then what do you think it's going to create for energy? Ketone bodies. Also, did y'all watch Brianna Jewell's video today? I didn't know that there were 3 types of ketone bodies. Did y'all know that? So for her to say, well, this isn't the keto diet, when you're more than likely, and I'm not a registered dietitian, but I would imagine if your body is not getting the glucose that it needs, it's going to create another source of fuel, aka ketone bodies. So that's very interesting. Yeah, her video was so good. Highly suggest it. The words ran off the page at the bottom. What is happening? I know, it's awful. It is awful. Your body turns away from carbs and utilizes the unhealthy fat around your middle to make up the deficit. Yeah, because it's creating fuel because your body is starving of fuel in this case. Even though our program is low calorie, people still get all the calories and nutrition they need. Girl, where? What? No. Oh my God. No fat storage or cravings and reduced hunger. You know what? Your one of the Facebook groups that I have access to shows otherwise. People are constantly hungry. They're constantly starting and stopping this program because it's too challenging for them to get through because they are hungry. So I know that this isn't true because I've seen it in their Facebook group. So that's wild. High quality protein to process fats and carbs and maintain muscle mass. I have a hard time believing. Now, again, I'm no expert, but I have built some muscle in these last few years. And I have a hard time believing for 1 second that if you are taking in 800 to 1,000 calories a day, that your body is going to hang on to muscle mass. I don't think that that's how physiology works, but hey, who am I? I'm just some person on the internet that throws around weights and is tracking her calories and has done all of the terrible things with diet and nutrition and now have learned otherwise. But, I'm not an expert.
With Optavia.
Yeah,
the reason our program.
Yes, gum is a snack to these people. It is a snack. Thanks, Blazed Goddess. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Works so well is because, first of all, it is low calorie. Yes, you're eating about 800 to 1,000 calories on the 5-in-1. The 4-in-2 is going to be around 1,300 calories. And then if you're on maintenance, that really depends on your specific total energy expenditure.
I would love to know what an example of somebody in maintenance. I feel like I need to make this bigger so I can talk to you guys, I would love to know what maintenance calories look like for some of these people. Watch it be like 12 or 1,400, like just barely enough. If they're coming out of 800 to 1,000, the physiology of all of this does not make sense to me, because if you're taking in 800 to 1,000 calories and then you start increasing, you're going to gain weight because you're feeding your body what it was not getting prior. And so it's going to start storing that. The only way for you to fix your metabolism when you're in like a starvation type situation is to eat it, and eat periodically, and eat, you know, yeah, and eat, like, of course you're going to put weight on. How do I know this? Because I went through this. It was the reason that I did a bulk, was because my metabolism was trashed from fasting and being super restrictive with what I was eating and over exercising. And, I mean, on a Friday night when I was playing basketball, I was burning like 1,100 calories. I definitely was not taking in enough calories to sustain that level of calorie expenditure. I know, right? Anyways, so it's just wild to me how they don't understand. And I think that the pressure that some of these people that I have been told that the coaches put on their downlines, if they gain weight when they get off of the program, as they call it, the 5-in-1, and then they're pressured to get back on the 5-in-1, and it's this cycle. And I can't imagine the damage it must do to their bodies, and specifically their metabolisms, cycling through all of this. I just feel like it's so dangerous.
But we're getting nutrient dense
Exactly.
calories. So not all calories are created equal.
I've heard that.
We really focus on getting those macros in every single calorie that we're eating. So really nothing is wasted.
Nothing is wasted because you don't have any to waste. You're taking in every calorie in those freaking fuelings because you have to. Imagine eating 5 of these bars or shakes or pastas, or, that are the size of a thimble, in my opinion. And then you get to your lean and green machine, and you can't tell me that people don't overeat on machine, lean and green machine. Oh my God. Lean and green meal. Good Lord. You can't tell me people aren't overeating because their bodies are starving. And if not, they feel like total trash. Yeah, eating not enough calories 5 times a day is still not enough calories. Exactly. She'd definitely dislike me. I ate a Dairy Queen mint Oreo blizzard this afternoon purely because I was too hot. You know what? We love that.
So you are getting all the nutrients that you need, which means you're not storing.
So 1,400 was maintenance, if I'm understanding that correctly, Shiloh? Because that's interesting. I was pretty dang close. What did I say? 1,200 to 1,400? Or did I say 15? I don't remember. Yeah, interesting.
Fat. You're also not experiencing cravings, and you have a reduction in your hunger. If you haven't noticed those things, then you need to get with your coach and help strategize. They'll help you strategize how to get you to that place, but that's really how you should be.
Okay, that's crazy that I was that dead on. But I also do know, because people have told me, that there's not a lot of people that actually get to maintenance. They just cycle in and out of the 5-in-1 because they never actually get down to their goal weight, because you're instructed to stay on the 5-in-1, even though their disclaimer says, not longer than 12 weeks or something along those lines. People stay on it until they reach their goal weight. And then a lot of people don't reach their goal weight because it's so strict, and then they cycle in and out of it. It's so dangerous. This right here. I did the program a few times. Also, Christina, thank you for sharing this with us. I appreciate you. I did the program a few times, and I didn't have enough energy for my walks. I bet.
Feeling. We're eating high quality protein, and that's really to help us maintain muscle mass, but also help us process the fats and the carbs that we're eating.
Highly doubt it.
As I said on the last slide, we're eating low glycemic carbs, so there's no major sugar crashes, huge sugar spikes and huge sugar crashes. Our blood sugar is super stable. So this is really great for people that are pre-diabetic or even diabetic. We have specific plans for you, so definitely let your coach know if you are. But I've had a lot of clients be able to resolve a lot of these issues just by eating this super, super balanced way. The healthy fats are used to protect our organs and store vitamins, which I already talked about, but also lowering cholesterol. So you may notice when you
Major
first start
health
the
claim.
program that there's a little spike in your cholesterol. And the reason why this happens is if you think about like a lake, you know, all the
Oh my
toxins
God.
kind of settle at the bottom of the lake. And if you go in there and you start stirring it up to clean it up, it all floats around in the particles of the lake. But if you wait, then it's all going to eventually clean up. And so that's what you may experience if you're working on reducing your cholesterol.
That is the example you're going to give? That's a terrible example. That is a horrible example. Oh, God.
I want to talk about what's really so special and unique about our.
You know what's missing from this? It doesn't mention how these are processed foods. They villainize, to a certain extent, eating whole foods. They're encouraging people to eat processed food 5 times a day.
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm just saying, eat the whole foods. It's probably going to be cheaper.
Our fuelings, specifically the essential fuelings. We also have our select fuelings, which are good for the 5-in-1 or the 4-in-2, any of our weight loss programs as well.
So the 4-in-2 is 4 fuelings a day and 2 lean and green meals. So you're still not taking in very many calories. It's more than the 5-in-1 because you're getting 2 lean and green meals, but you're still taking in those, I'm going to call them 100-calorie packs because I feel like that's what they are.
Select are more worldly flavors and they're also non-GMO. So if you're someone who's looking for that, then that's in the select. But they also have these wonderful characteristics. There's no colors, there's no flavors or sweeteners from artificial sources. So you can rest assured that everything you're putting in your body is natural and good for you. They also contain a probiotic for digestive health. And I already mentioned the 24 vitamins and minerals for your body. So you don't need to be eating a multivitamin because it's contained within this. And actually it's much more.
And now you're saying the Optavia fuelings replace multivitamins for people? You can't say that. You cannot say that. You don't have people's lab work from their doctors. You are not a doctor. You're not a medical professional. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I don't know who this person is, but you're really going to say processed Optavia fuelings replace the vitamins that people would get in comparison to a multivitamin? Like for real, for real? Oh my God.
More absorbable in your body eating it this way than by taking a vitamin that a lot of times, you know, the nutrients don't end up getting absorbed by your body.
Wait. Time out. Hold on a second.
How about no?
So what you're saying is that if somebody takes a multivitamin and they swallow it, it goes to the stomach acid and all that breaks it down to be able to absorb the vitamins. You're saying that Optavia fuelings replace that, or that you absorb it better when it's being processed by the same digestive system? That's what we're going with. Guys.
Yes, science.
Is she for real? I can't. You know what, Brian? I think you should eat a donut. I think we should all eat a donut if we're willing and able to eat a donut after this, because this is absolutely wild. Imagine comparing a processed thimbleful of pasta and saying, this is the same nutrition that you're going to get from a multivitamin. Oh my God. I can't.
I want to talk for a second about fad diets because
Oh my God. This slide is terrible. Also, how ironic, and isn't it ironic that she's talking about fad diets and yo-yo diets when people yo-yo back and forth between the 5 and 1 and being off plan.
I don't know about you, but I had done a lot by the time I found Optavia, and I lost weight with them, but then ended up gaining the weight back. And maybe that was your experience as well. So I just want to explain to you a little bit about why. Fad
Hey,
diets
Lisa.
are lowering your calorie intake just like we do, but they're manipulating the macronutrients. So this is where the problem lies. So for example, low carb, low fat, high protein, they all create an abnormal ratio of nutrients, and that is really not sustainable for your body. Your body's
Is she hearing herself? This is a fad diet slide, and she says here, or it says here, lowering your calorie intake, which they do, and manipulating the macronutrients, which they do, like low carb, which she just said that they are taking in carbs, but they're low glycemic index carbs, low fat, high protein, all creating an abnormal ratio of nutrients that is not sustainable. So to me, this sounds like the Optavia 5 and 1. It can't be sustainable, right?
Inconceivable!
Crazy. Oh, God.
starts having cravings because it really needs what it needs. You can't change that.
My favorite part about this slide, it says, when these aren't consumed in the proper ratios, you get cravings and lose muscle. It's almost like she's standing at the point. That's what it feels like. And these people that are on Optavia, this is how I feel.
Help is on the way, dear! Help is on the way! Oh,
And when you're not eating them in the proper ratio, then you start seeing
feels
those
great.
cravings really spike up. You're losing muscle mass. And that's what really kind of leads to the yo-yo dieting that maybe you've experienced. I know also
This is my favorite comment so far. You guys all have had great comments, but this right here, the science is not sciencing.
I think when I found Optavia, I was a member of like 5 different gyms, which is ridiculous. I was also
Why?
attending all of them.
Hey,
And
Christina.
I've learned that you can't lose weight from exercise alone, though exercise is really important to have
It
some
is.
healthy motion in your life. But if your calorie and nutrition intake is not in alignment with your usage, like through your exercise, then you're definitely not going to lose weight.
Am I being punked right now? Because I feel like she is debunking Optavia's 5 and 1, but she's trying to make it seem like, hey, these are fad diets. You know, fad diets do this. It's not sustainable. And I'm like, my hat's crooked. Does she hear herself? You know what? I agree. I mean, we stand therapy on my channel in case you're a new member, or, you know, we stand therapy. I think that it's a beautiful thing to work with professionals in these types of capacities. But I know, Ashton, where you at? Oh my God. You know, this is a very good point. Unless you're hiding that you are hiding an eating disorder where you use exercise as part of it. Yeah.
So we've talked a lot about fat storing mode. With Optavia,
Let's
we
talk
work to
about
get
fat
you
burning.
into fat burning mode. It takes about 3 to
Takes 3 to 5 days because you're producing ketone bodies. You're putting your body in a state of ketosis, because if you don't have enough carbs present, your body's going to create other fuel, in my opinion.
5 days, the closer to a T to the program you stick, the sooner you're going to get into fat burn. Part of it could be just when you came to this program, how you were eating. Your body is going to, first of all, utilize all the stored glycogen. That's from the carbs that you were eating before, that's stored inside your body, and it's all attached to water. So those first few days, you're losing really water weight and stored glycogen weight. After you're in fat.
What is glycogen weight? Is that a thing? Hey Siri. What is glycogen weight? It brought up the atomic mass of glycogen. God, I have the perfect sound for this.
Yes, science.
And like I said before, you're going to have an increase in energy, your cravings are going to be reduced, and your hunger levels are going to be reduced. You're also going to be getting predictable results, meaning every single week you're going to watch the scale go down. And if you're not, you need to communicate with your coach and let them know that
2 to 5 pounds per week in the first week. And she's saying it's water and stored glycogen. 1 to 2 pounds once in fat burn. I think she's saying 1 to 2 pounds once in fat burn. That is not the results that people are getting that we have seen. Didn't I do, was it Truvy or was it Optavia? I don't remember, where it was the couple and he lost like 15 pounds in a week or something and almost passed out at work. Do y'all remember that one? I can't remember if that's Truvy or if it was something else, but that's not healthy weight loss. That's scary weight loss. There's a reason why people, when we go to the doctor, they ask, hey, have you seen any significant weight loss or weight gain? Because sometimes that's a warning sign, That's wild. Glycogen isn't that heavy, but you have 6 water molecules per glucose. Why you can lose several pounds of water when you deplete your glycogen, that comes right back as soon as you eat a carb. Man, y'all are smart. Thanks, K. Marie. I think it was Truvy. Okay. Appreciate y'all.
that it's not happening. Hopefully you're sending your scale picture every single Monday so that they just already know. But week 1, we typically see 2 to 5 pounds.
Exactly.
And after that, we see 1 to 2 pounds per week, and that's pure fat. So though, when you're looking at this,
how do you know that the weight loss is pure fat? I mean, if your body is starving, it's also going to break down muscle mass. Let's just be real. It's going to create what it needs from wherever it can get it. I don't think you can say it's pure fat. I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, K. Marie's screaming. Good. Okay, we're on the same page. I mean, and again, this is just my opinion. This is not, I'm not an expert in this area. I just know, like, through working with a registered dietitian, working with my trainer, I've learned some things, and I've had to undo some really terrible habits with food and my relationship with food in general, and also exercising. So she wants you to send a picture every Monday. God, that's terrible.
Scale, and you're like, oh my gosh, I just spent a week eating, this berry to a T, and I only lost 1 pound. Well, guess what? The inches move faster than the pounds. So it's a great time for you to go redo your measurements and really see how much your body really is changing. Also,
I wish they really thought that, though. I wish they really thought, hey, you know what? Go ahead and take your measurements. You lost a pound, but let's see, let's see what your body is doing in all the different areas. Let's go and measure this. See, the thing that I know from people that were a part of Optavia, and if any of you were, you can obviously, that would be cool for you to drop it in the comment, but please don't feel pressured to do that. They put so much emphasis on the number on the scale. They put so much emphasis on that. And in fact, in my opinion, I think that's how they shame people back into either the business or the 5 and 1 or both. You know, oh, you're gaining weight. You know, a business on fire is a body and fat burn. That's what they say to these people. They tell them that the success of their business is dependent on the size of their waist. That is horrible. That is absolutely horrible, especially when you think about that there are many of these coaches, allegedly, that have had plastic surgery or have depended on other weight loss tools, if you will, to lose weight, to maintain the image, and they're not disclosing it. That is false advertising. That is deceptive. That is absolutely vile, in my opinion. Not the weight loss tools, but just the fact that they're not disclosing that, hey, how I'm continuing to get leaner and leaner is through these other things and not actually the 5-in-1. I just think that's so deceptive.
Tap into kind of how your body feels. You know, it really starts to kind of just even out. You can feel it healing from the inside out.
Please
I'm
be
going to take a sip of water.
safe.
So this is interesting. The brain plays a humongous role in our body's habits.
Didn't she say that the brain was not science at the beginning of this?
So there are three parts of the brain, and these three parts of the brain do not communicate well, which is really unfortunate for us. So the automatic part of the brain, also called the lizard brain, controls our basic functions. So just like breathing, eating.
Hey, you know what the automatic part of the brain requires in order to control basic functions like breathing, hunger, and thirst? Calories. Yeah, it needs calories to do that, along with these other systems that you're talking about here, these other parts.
Drinking, it's responsible for habit creating.
Oh my God.
And it's why, you know, sometimes that lizard brain can really take over and make us think that we're hungry, but we're really not hungry. Remember, we're made to like gobble up all the food so we can store all the energy for just in case we end up in a situation where we can't get access to food. So that's where this part of the brain comes from. Another part of the brain is the limbic.
Guys, Val and Gus are here. Hi, friends. Hello.
Stem, also called the Labrador brain. It's the emotional center of the brain. This is the very reactive part of the brain. So if you've had a really stressful day and you find yourself in your pantry with a bag of chips, that's that part of the brain that has.
And I hope you enjoyed the bag of chips.
You doing that. And also why, you know, Dr. A's life book is so incredibly helpful to help you kind of not connect your emotions with food. The third.
So what I'm hearing you say is you want to take all the joy. You know, here's the thing. In many cultures, having food and sharing that meal with people around you, it's a celebratory thing. It's a cultural thing. So the way that she's talking is like she's trying to suck all the joy out of eating, you know, and good or bad. I don't even want to say bad because like, I just feel like she's trying to take all the joy out of eating, out of food. You know, I can't stand that. I think that is so dangerous. Food is okay. It's okay to enjoy it. I'll tell you what, when I go and have my 3 potato tacos tonight and I dip it in my consomme, I'm going to enjoy every single bite. There's joy in it, and there should be joy in it. Food is not a bad thing. There's no moral value to food. There's no moral value. There's no good or bad food. This is so manipulative. I feel like I say that on every live. I just hate this so much.
Third part of your brain, this is the more the newer part of the brain. The right word is not coming to me, but it will at 3.
Probably because you need more calories, in my opinion. That's not me trying to be mean. That's just, I know what it feels like when I have not had enough food. Okay, thank you.
In the morning is the neocortex, also the prefrontal cortex. And this is the thinking brain or the human brain. And this is where willpower is housed. Also, being able to prioritize your health is housed here, and being able.
This right here, this comment right here. When you don't restrict, you don't obsess. Yeah. Yeah. I can have whatever I want. And it fits into because of where I'm at right now, I'm in maintenance phase. So 2,100 calories a day. I fill those 2,100 calories with joyful foods, whatever I want to eat. It's awesome. It's so good. So I love this comment, and I don't obsess about stuff. I don't think, oh my God, I'm going to have all of this or whatever. You don't obsess about it when you're not super restrictive. These people are super restrictive, and we've shown it time and time again.
To make a plan. So like, oh, I know I have to go to work. So I'm going to take all my fuelings and I'm going to go ahead and have my lean and grain and all my water. All of that comes from the neocortex. So unfortunately, these all kind of interfere with each other. And a lot of times you find the lizard brain taking over, or the Labrador brain taking over. And even though you had a plan, these other parts of your brain can take over. So this is why we need a tool to really help us take back control.
They're restricted. With condiments? Excuse me, listen. If you want to have ketchup, you have that ketchup. Restrictive with condiments? Listen, I eat ranch on a lot of things. I eat hot sauce on a lot of things. Oh my God. That's awful. Ooh, we just had pancakes and bacon for dinner, clearing out the fridge in case we lose power. No regrets, just a joyful meal. I love that. Tag me in your joyful meals, you guys. I would love to share that out. Amy, please stay safe, and I hope that you guys don't lose power. I really hope you guys are okay.
Control. And mindset really is required for
Oh my
this
God.
program. So if you are someone who's in the place where you are eating the food, you are drinking the water, you are sending the scale picture, that's awesome. But I highly encourage you to work on the mindset part, and utilizing the 3 other components that Optavia offers. Also encourage you to trust the process. Sometimes it can feel frustrating and like it moves really, really slow. But if you focus more,
be process driven as opposed to results driven when you are telling people that they need to send a scale picture every single Monday to their coach. How does that work? I'm just asking for my friends here. Oh my God. Reprogramming the all or nothing thinking. That's exactly what y'all do. Not the reprogramming. It is all or nothing. That's why these people constantly are cycling back and forth between the 5 and 1, just on plan or off plan, like they talk about. Oh man. Also, this stop, challenge, choose at the bottom there, that is a thought stopping cliche. That's all that is, in my opinion.
on the process and just how much better you're eating and
Yes,
drinking
please.
water, and how much better you're treating your body than you were before, and not so focused on the results. If you need to get your scale and put it in the back trunk of your car, then do that.
How are they supposed to send a picture to their coach every Monday if the scale is a problem and you're telling them now to put it in the back of their trunk? It's the contradictions for me.
Don't be so obsessed with the number on the scale if you're someone who is.
Stay safe, Alexis.
Focus on, wow, I've really come a long way. I remember when I used to eat McDonald's every day or drink soda all day, and just really celebrate you and for all the wonderful choices that you're making to serve your body better. And really working to reprogram the all or nothing thinking. So this is something that I really struggle with. It's like once I start down that path, once I have the chips, I'm like, oh, might as well eat the whole bag. And then tomorrow I might as well have some more chips too. And you know, pizza will go really nice with those chips. I don't know if you're like me at all, but we have to really fight really hard to reprogram that and realize that that is not serving our bodies. And that's not our human brain. That's our lizard brain, really.
Or maybe you just want to have some chips. And because you've been so restrictive, that's why you eat the whole bag. Whereas if you allow yourself to have a serving, if you're in a place where you're tracking calories, have a serving. Enjoy every single crunchy, salty, delicious bite. There's nothing wrong with that. These people are wild.
Taking over there. Utilizing the life book to employ tools for emotional eating habits, because most of us are emotional eaters. And my favorite that he teaches us is stop, challenge, and choose. You're heading to the pantry for the chips after a really stressful day.
Same.
Stop yourself.
I had a Dr. Pepper Zero strawberries and cream today. Oh man, so good. I know not everybody can get that in your area. I apologize. I'd send it to all of you if I could.
Remind yourself why you're here. I want to be healthy and thriving in my life. This is not going to serve me right now. And choose healthy and thriving and put the chips away.
You know what else is not going to serve people? Optavia and their garbage programs and their garbage processed. Ugh. No, absolutely not.
And sometimes you just need that minute to, redirect yourself, and you will.
You're not toddlers. You don't need to redirect yourself. I remember when my kids were little and they would want to do something, but I wouldn't be able to do it at that moment. And so we would like redirect. Hey, can we do this? Let's do this for a few minutes while I finish this or whatnot. And then we'll go and we'll do this later. People are not toddlers. You don't need to redirect them.
And I want to end with a quote from Dr. Anderson.
Yeah, Danny.
I have found that for most people, including myself, having planned, prepared meals is the key to success. And that's why this program works so well, because they're planned, prepared meals for you.
I'm sorry, a thimbleful of pasta or chili or a shake or a very small bar, those are not meals. Those are like 100-calorie packs. Those are meant to be a part of a snack. Those are not meals. The fact that she's calling the fuelings meals is like absurd because they're like 100, maybe like 100 to 150 calories. That's not a meal.
So that is all that I have for you all.
Thank
if anybody
God.
wants to hop off, you're welcome to. If anybody wants to stay on, you have a biology teacher and
She's a biology teacher. Now, yeah, Patricia, that's amazing. I think teachers are incredible humans, and they are doing incredible things with our children. However, you know that sound on TikTok? That it says something like, be nice, and the sound goes, I'm finding it. You know that sound? That's what is going through my mind right now, because I'm like, here you are presenting yourself like you are somebody in the medical field, like you are a registered dietitian, like you are this, and you're a biology teacher, and there's nothing wrong with biology teachers. However, when you're trying to cosplay like you're a medical expert because you teach biology and you're giving people advice that is going to lead them to disordered eating, if not a full-on eating disorder, I have a problem with that. I'm not okay with that. That's very dangerous. I maybe it was a joke, but there's only a couple. Whoops, I just backed it up. Hold on. let's hear the rest of this.
Health coach for almost 4 years now at your disposal. I'm happy to answer.
So her credentials are that she's a biology teacher and she's been an Optavia health coach for 4 years. Those are her credentials.
Any questions that you may have, but you will have to come off mute.
Oh, God. I don't think there are any questions, really. I think they end this here in a second. Pistachio pasta. What? That sounds amazing.
All right.
Also,
Sherry, can you hear me?
Oh, I
Straight
can
to
hear
Joe.
you.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. So I have actually two questions. And in talking with potential clients, they're asking me about, oh, is this like Jenny Craig? Is this like Ideal Protein? I'm not.
okay, that's the end of it. I think it's worse than Jenny Craig. I think it's worse than Ideal Protein. Oh my God, that was rough. Straight to jail. Straight to jail. Oh, how are y'all doing? Check in. Let me know if you guys are good. I'm sad we don't pay teachers enough to keep them out of MLMs. I agree completely. Pay teachers more. They need it. They're doing such important work. It's unbelievable. She's probably drinking water, trying to convince herself that she's not hungry. Come here, Mama. Come here. Come say hi. Come here. Come here. Here she comes. Hi. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Did you say no? Did you say no? Guys, she hasn't said hi in a while. You want to say hi? Yeah, she needs to stay in her lane. I agree, Thomas. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hello. Got to get a shot of the toe beans. Hi. Oh, the big paws. Hello. Oh, yeah, paw immediately on my face. This is the only time that she lets me hold her like this, by the way. She doesn't like being held. She only does it for you guys. That's so nice of you. Boop. Boop. Hi, honeys. Hi. Yeah, I love you too. I love you too. Yeah, she's the sweetest. Okay, so the other day we got these new toys that Charlene suggested, which are incredible. And we let Luna out, and Leo was out in the rest of the house, and he came kind of running for her, and she ran. He wasn't aggressive, but I have learned and have heard that that can turn bad very quickly. And so Gavin stopped Leo, and then Luna ran in the room. So, you know, slowly and surely, I suppose, but still letting her out for the rest of the house just to, you know, get her scent around. And the other cats know when she's been out. It's very interesting, but just trying to take it slow. Yeah. Thank you for asking. All right, everybody. That's all I have for you. I know this was a little bit of a shorter live stream. Thanks, Danny. I appreciate that. The goal with the cats is just for them to tolerate one another when they're all in the same room. That's it. They don't have to be besties. They just have to tolerate one another being in the same room. I think that's very realistic. And I do kind of feel like her and Leo are going to be friends, and Stormy's going to be like giving her the stink eye, you know? So anyways, I appreciate y'all being here. This was kind of fun to do this for members only first, and then everybody that's watching the replay, hello, thank you for being here. I definitely will still be responding to your comments like I usually do. And make sure that you hit the subscribe button, like the video. Why am I saying that? Because I'm about to hit 11,500 subscribers, which is absolutely bananas to me. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. And guys, don't join an MLM. Okay, don't do that. And Optavia, nope. The worst, in my opinion. I have 5. It will happen. Thanks. And any advice, feel free to message me on Instagram, you guys. I definitely am open for advice. I'm very much a student in this department, so I'm doing a lot of studying. I think it's important. And also, Jamie, I'm recovering from foot surgery, and your videos get me through the day. That's amazing. I hope your recovery goes well, and that the pain, if you're having any, is under control, and that you're feeling okay. Can you be a member and not subscribe? You know what? I don't know. I suppose. I mean, yeah, I guess that could happen. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, I think there's some other lives that are happening tonight. If you're a member and you're on here live, there's some other live streams happening tonight. I think Clowntown and DC are going live, if I remember correctly. And then Clowntown has a members only live over there tomorrow, so on their channel. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. Like the stream, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good one, everybody.